Hello and welcome to the CX Files for March 12th, 2026. My name's Mark Hillary and I'm in Sao Paulo, Brazil.
And I'm Peter Ryan in Montreal. Mark, always good to catch up with you. And, it's an interesting one because this week's CX Files is about catch-ups, and it was about a lot of us catching up at CCW Berlin, which took place the last week of February. Now, to give some context on what we attempted to do, this is something that you've done before. I've not had the chance to try it, but what I did was I procured myself a couple of remote microphones that you could hook up to the telephone, and I went around the floor at CCW Berlin and conducted a few individual on-the-street type interviews, just to get a sense check from people about how they were enjoying CCW Berlin, what they were getting out of the event, elements in terms of what they thought were the most constructive parts, what maybe the event might want to rethink for the one that they pull off in 2027. For full disclosure, this is a great conference and trade show. It's a no miss, and it's become a very internationalized gathering too. So getting a sense check from people that spoke to us from Europe, from Latin America, from North America, and all different corners of the globe was really, I think, quite refreshing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know that we've got at least half a dozen speakers that you managed to catch on the floor at CCW. And I think it's interesting because this follows just a week after we had Michelle talking about events and how to improve events. And although, CCW is definitely one of the biggest trade shows in this area in Europe. But if you listen carefully to the comments, then I detect, and maybe you can confirm this because you were on the floor, that some people felt there was like too much focus on AI software, but at the same time, the real strength was getting everybody together in one place at one time. So it's like great for networking, but maybe the talks need to be a bit broader.
Well, I think this is very much a key theme that came out during the discussions I had with these individuals that I interviewed. Look, Mark, you touched on the interview that we published with Michelle last week, and he was very blunt about the fact that this is a big problem at events, an over preponderance on one specific type of offering or technology or talk track. And what I got a sense of from CCW Berlin was there was lots of people who said, I'll do one walk around the trade show and then that's it. I'm going to be sitting in the atrium doing networking. And that's really what it was like. And it's a challenge that I think a lot of these trade shows are going to need to try and figure out. How do you balance the need to generate revenue? And we understand that with companies that have got money and want to exhibit versus having a more balanced approach. But look, I did. I definitely did my time at CCW Berlin. It's a no-miss event. I look forward to the one coming up in 2027. But I want to throw the floor over to our friends that took the time to chat with us on the floor of CCW Berlin and get a sense from them about what worked, what didn't, and why they're looking forward to coming back in 11 and a half short months away.
Definitely. Let's go straight to that group of interviews. And I think that anybody who does hear this and didn't hear the episode last week should also go back and hear Michelle because he's also giving a bigger picture on CX events as well. Okay, so let's go straight to the interviews.
Let's do it.
My name is Monika Röhr-Łukasik. I'm the head of advisory and international growth. I'm here with Axendi.
So, Monika, why did you come to CCW Berlin this year? What was the prime motivating factors?
The prime motivating factor was for me to explore the CCW. We never exhibited here, and I wanted to explore if it makes sense for us to exhibit next year. I also wanted to look around for new solutions, what is happening in the AI world, how it is being sold to potential customers, and it's very exciting, to be honest.
So what are your impressions so far now that you're here a couple of days into it?
Well, I think that when you hear CCW, so Contact Center World, you would definitely expect to see many BPOs or call centers that are exhibiting and that are introducing their solutions. But what was surprising for me is that I felt it is more a tech trade show with AI solutions, AI agents, CX, automation all over the place, rather than the contact center itself.
Okay, and as we're going into the end of the second day here, what are you hoping to get out of the conference for the rest of the time? There's one more day to go.
Well, for sure, I already got a lot of inspiration, a lot of new connections, international ones, which is really great. And I think that a really good impression on the trade show itself and what to do for next year.
Okay, super. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Peter.
Hey Peter, nice to see you again. It's Humphrey Davies from BPO Search.
Great. Humphrey, what prompted you to come to CCW Berlin this year?
I've had an amazing relationship with CCW Berlin. I first came 15 years ago. Felt like I was the only Brit over here 15 years ago. And over the years, this show has continued to just grow and expand. And now it's amazing to see so many international folks coming to this show. From Europe and from US, and of course yourself from Canada.
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, I've been coming a few years now, and I'm always taken aback by the extent to which it is an internationalized event, which is good for the industry. We need something like this.
For me, I think the prominence of CCW in America is amazing. But what I love about this event, which is different to the events we get in the UK, is you get companies that are coming from Kosovo and from Romania and from Bulgaria. So for me, who's always looking for new BPO geographies, this is a fantastic place to find more European vendors and meet and network with them.
Now, Humphrey, one of the criticisms I've been picking up in the interviews I've been doing with people about this year's event is that it's too tech-focused, it's too AI-focused. From the standpoint of somebody who has got a legacy background in our space, connecting buyers with vendors, understanding what the nuances of the buyers are, how do you see the event in that regard? Has it become too much of a technology venue, or is it still finding the right balance?
I think, to answer your question in a slightly awkward way, I think the technology companies often pay for these events through their sponsorship and through the stands that they do. I think one of the things that really sets this event aside from the others is there's this amazing lobby area. And the lobby area really lends itself towards networking. Yeah. And a lot of us that come to these, we're interested in what's happening with tech. So 2 years ago, I saw Parloa here. It was just as they were breaking through. Last year, I saw Speech from Castilla. They were just starting to break through. So it's great to see that. But the real value for me in these events is networking with people like yourself.
100% agree. It's interesting because we're standing as we record this in the lobby. And it is literally meetings going on between buyers, between vendors, between providers. And this is exactly, I think, the point of this. We need a venue where people can come in from around the world and be able to interact with each other. This provides a safe space to do so.
You look at the two big events that happen in October, November in the UK, at CCW Expo and also the EBM event. They're great, but they have these centralized areas for networking, and they're never big enough. Yeah. They're just never big enough. But the Astral has always benefited from this huge lobby area that leads into the conference area. And I think the real value here is, yes, seeing the technology that's coming, but it's the networking.
Humphrey Davies, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, and I'll see you here again next year.
100%.
My name is Daniel Castilla. I came from Mexico, and I'm representing Alliance BPO Services.
Why did you come to CCW Berlin this year, Dan?
To learn and understand about the AI trends, especially what is happening in the European market.
How are you finding the event so far?
Really fun, a lot of people, but honestly, everyone is telling the same about the AI. I mean, it's a harsh feedback to provide, but it is the reality. I need to say that, in my opinion, the industry is stuck in agentic AI. But in reality, it's not like any single provider is giving a real solution for the BPO industry. They're just selling a way or idea to replace live agents, but they're not giving the proper tools or to giving the proper expertise to achieve that ultimate goal.
Something I find interesting that I've been picking up in the interviews I've been doing with people at the event is the fact that it seems to be a whole lot of different providers selling the exact same thing. from my opinion, this is going to make it tougher for CCW to attract attendees year on year if there's no differentiation.
100%. Yeah, I mean, you can go booth after booth and everyone is selling the same agentic AI, how you can develop AIs in 5 minutes. But my opinion is that the breaking point is that, yes, they are giving you the tools, but they are not giving you the proper training to execute them. And that's where the AI agentic, especially voice agents, are failing down and are letting down the people that are trying or willing to test in their BPOs.
What's been the highlight of your trip to Berlin this year?
The highlight is that as BPO owner and part of the BPO communities, that we need to develop tools and we need to develop structures in order to become relevant against the agentic AI and provide a very customer experience. Because at the end, even though, and this is something that we were discussing, even though there is a lot of new tools out there, it's not like the customer service or the customer experience is improving. We're stuck in probably the same situation as 10, 15 years ago.
Okay. I was hoping you were going to say the highlight was the Enterprise Georgia cocktail party last night, but fair enough.
Well, no, actually, yeah, I mean, speaking about the overall CCW is the one I just described before, but overall, the Enterprise Georgia event was amazing. The best way to do networking in reality, because again, even though CCW is massive, everyone is trying to sell, everyone is trying to show why they are the best one in the market right now, versus having such a boutique VIP event with the Georgia Enterprise guys was a super nice surprise, networking at the highest level. So yeah, thanks for that invitation, Peter.
Well, thank you for coming, Dan, and thank you for participating in our interview today.
Thanks, Peter.
My name is Corina. I'm from Romania. I work for my own company now. I'm the founder of Customers Flow, and in Customers Flow, I advise clients and BPOs in improving their relationship. I work in building teams, customer support teams, of course. I also focus on building processes, bringing KPIs that make sense to the organization, as well develop dashboards together with the teams. I just join in as a hands-on partner. I don't just advise, I also jump in, get my hands dirty, and work with the teams internally.
Super. So what brought you to CCW Berlin?
I've been to CCW in Amsterdam, and I really liked the energy. It was buzzing. It was much smaller than CCW Berlin. I did love the networking opportunities. I connected with multiple people, and also met with my former colleagues at Transcom, which I love seeing them there. I got an invitation from their side. This is the third time I'm joining CCW. With Berlin, honestly, was your suggestion, so I love that you shared a suggestion. I love the environment; it's just so buzzing. It's much better than the Amsterdam one, just to say it.
Super.
Yeah.
And what are your general impressions of what you've seen so far and the people you've met?
I didn't have a chance to meet a lot of people just yet. I have some conversations today planned with some potential collaborators, some of the folks that you recommended as well. I think everyone has such a community mindset, and everyone is so eager to learn about each other's perspectives, what we do, how we do it, and also interlink. So that's such a unique environment to be in, and I feel like here especially, it's much more calm or easier to connect than I felt in Amsterdam.
And what are you hoping to get out of the show for the rest of your time here?
Just to learn more about some of the potential colleagues I might have in the future. See what other vendors are doing, understand what kind of AI vendors are available. I work with AI vendors too, so I matchmaking with clients and AI vendors. So I'm really curious to see what's out there and what actually they created so far, and yeah, just leave with some good connections to continue potentially have coffee chats at least.
Super. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Hi, I'm Chrissie and I'm from the CCMA.
Great. And Chrissie, you're at CCW Berlin. How have you found the conference so far?
Very busy. Lots of really recognizable brands here, and it's great to see so many faces that I recognize from our wonderful industry.
That's one of the things I'm amazed at. This is a very international conference. We're seeing people literally from all over the world. I'm in from Canada, you're here from the UK, but we've got people literally from all four corners of the globe. It speaks to the international nature of the event, but also of the sector itself.
Absolutely, yeah, and it's so a lot of the partners that we work with have a global footprint, certainly in Europe, and it's one of the things that we see within ECHA is so many vendors and contact centres are working across that European global footprint. So yeah, it's great to see.
Super duper. And what are you hoping to get out of the event as you spend some time here?
Just catching up with lots of familiar faces. I've already seen lots of people this morning that just to say hello to. It's always good to see what people are moving into, what their products, how the products are changing and their product offering is moving on. There's a lot of AI and that's constantly changing as well. So it's really good to kind of just catch up with everybody.
Super. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm Simon Rainbow. I'm VP EMEA for Pose CX based out of Alexandria and Cebu.
Super. And you're in from the UK today?
No, I'm here from Spain.
From Spain. Okay.
Yes.
Fantastic. Fantastic. So Simon, what's your impression having come to CCW Berlin for the first couple of hours? How do you rate the conference so far?
Look, it's busy. There's a lot of people here. The stand quality is very good. However, one of the things that strikes me is the overarching theme is AI, artificial intelligence, in all its various forms. I'm yet to be convinced that anyone's cracked it. There's little pockets of inspiration, but I think our industry's got a long way to go.
Okay, super. And what prompted you to come to CCW Berlin this year?
Tiny little advert. Post CX, we've just opened our latest hub in Alexandria. We have not a blank sheet of paper for technology, but we're looking for ideas, things that are going to really enhance the agent experience, which will then enhance the customer experience. Our focus is, believe it or not, on the agent experiences. You know, our founder comes from that world. He's young, he's energetic, he's focused on making people's lives better, and that's both our agents and our customers, our clients' customers.
And what are you hoping to get out of the event as you spend the next couple of days here?
Okay, I'd like to hear quite a lot of the speakers. I'm interested to learn from their experiences. I think what I'd like to understand is identify one or two pockets of inspiration for us from a technology or an approach basis, and take that back to the office, discuss it as to where we move next with those.
You know, Simon, earlier today I was chatting with somebody and they said the overabundance of technology companies that are coming and are promising to do everything with AI are basically amount to shortcuts. What they're proposing is shortcuts. And in my view, the industry, when it comes to customer experience, is all about driving the best quality, best possible results. Are shortcuts eroding the ability for organizations to actually get to where they need to be in terms of driving great customer experience?
That is a fantastic question. And I'll break it down into two parts. I think a lot of the technology and you and I have discussed this before, every time someone opens their mouth, the first two words out of them is artificial intelligence. It's become the soup du jour.
Yeah.
And it's almost become a hygiene factor that people, if they don't have AI, people say, oh, there's something wrong with it. What does AI do? AI primarily should be helping agents. It should be helping agents deliver a better customer experience. With time, as AI gets under the skin of an organization and you spot the opportunities for automation, with time, it will help to improve your cost basis. It will help to improve your attrition, reduce your attrition, improve your client experience. We're not there yet, but we're still talking about the same sort of things that we've been talking about for 20 years. You know, we're talking about content libraries.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about desktop automation. We're talking about reduction. We need to switch the discussion around how do I, through delivering a fantastic agent experience, improve my customer's experience? Because you can't get one without the other. Now, is that going to reduce costs? The answer is not immediately. I think it will increase costs immediately because of the cost of implementation. Where we're seeing our clients, where we're working with our clients, is we're saying, no, don't go down AI until you have identified a clear use case that's going to give return on investment. Otherwise, it's just a science project, and it will fail, and it will make more difficult to get through to the next stage of fund release from your CFO, because they'll say, prove it. And we are at that moment, I think, with AI in CX. It's prove it.
Okay, well, Simon Rainbow, thank you very much. Great to
Peter,
see you on the floor.
Been good to see you again.
Thanks for listening to the CX Files podcast. We really appreciate your feedback and suggestions. You can reach myself, Mark Hillary, or Peter Ryan via LinkedIn. Please also leave a rating or review on your favourite podcast provider, as that helps more people to find us. As always, we'd like to thank Chris Haig at Traction Media for the CX Files graphics. See you next week.